Behold, more Swedish forest. Okay, enough stupidness. Hi. Debris shelter build part 2. Last time I built the roof, ran out of time and energy, more importantly. So today I'm going to put hopefully 2 sides on. If I can just get one done, I'm happy, because it kind of slopes down. You're actually sitting on the roof, so it slopes down behind you. And then, so this section here, I'm going to build a lightweight frame this time and try and get some debris and moss on that side. So I've got a second wall. Main focus of that side is the wind is blowing that way today, so at least I've got something if it does start to rain. Forecast, more ums. I think I should call this the Bushcraft channel. So yeah, something lightweight this side. You might have seen the sticks. I've had some long withies. I don't really want to cut down anything living. Make some wicker work. The duff on the ground, because it's been raining for the last 3 days, all the leaves are quite wet, so I'm going to have fun clearing up those, and then collect some more moss, and this time I'll show you how I did it. What else? Old kangaroo steak for dinner tonight. I think I know how I'm going to make it, or cook it. Obviously it made itself on the animal. They need eating. So yeah, it's middle of September. It's about 16-17 degrees, very overcast. Temperature is supposed to drop down to about 5 degrees Celsius tonight, so got a nice cosy fire. I know the shelter's quite cosy, but there's no wool sleeping bag this time. I've just got my standard 3-season, what I call my winter one anyway. It's rated to -5, so it should be enough. So yeah, haven't been out in a long time, so I'm going to take it easy and enjoy myself. As you can see, I'm all coordinated. The BCB is letting the side down, it's black. That's the cook set. Rucksack from China, allegedly 55 litres. I'll do a review on that if you want me to. If not, nah, whatever. Easy come, easy go. So yeah, let's get started, and yeah, enjoy the day. Ow. I'm leaving these little pokey bits, because obviously this is going to be a vertical, and I've got something to lay the cross members on as well then. Right, one more. sorry, Mr. Mushroom. Penny bun, also known as the Carl Johan swamp hare. It's like a greeny, yellowy, porous base. They're quite nice to eat. Very nice to eat. Very popular. They get very big. So, big of an angle difference. I'd cut these off some down trees on the previous visit, thinking I was going to use those across the top for extra support, or maybe just use those instead of the bigger logs. Obviously I didn't. Didn't look like it was going to be strong enough. Let's bind them on there maybe. Doesn't help when they're in that shape. am I wasting my time with debris? Just go straight for the moss. There's more than half of the moss on the floor, debris on the floor. Okay. Well, that's a learning experience. Yep, straight for the moss. After lunch.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
That might go with dinner. Right, let's check it out inside. Ugh. So there's a tiny light gap there. What have we got? Ah. Obviously that big log needs to go. But yeah, looks like it's going to hold. Some of those support cross beams are useless, but that's okay. Alright, have a break, regroup, get my energy back. So yeah, it's been a productive day. Did not rain, which is nice. The walking was quite easy. There was a guy hunting earlier on, but it's the other side of the forest. There's a like a logging, I want to say logging cabin, where they chop down the trees and that's where they process them to be shipped away. So while I was building the shelter, I'm not 100% convinced that new wall will hold. I was hoping I could roll up the moss as I did for the roof and carry it back, but that seemed a bit more difficult this time for some reason. So I ended up doing the old traditional method and just collecting the biggest clumps I could and just loading them up from the bottom up to the top. It's air, well, there's no light getting through. I'm not quite sure how it's going to cope in the rain. The cross member branches that I put on there seem to have bent inwards, so it's the vertical sticks that are holding up the moss at the moment, but it works. So so that was good. I think I'd got the frame done by lunchtime, and then I did the moss afterwards, and then processed and chopped down a small dead standing tree. getting used to the new little Fiskars hatchet. One thing I have noticed is you do need to be kneeling down when you're actually processing and splitting wood. Those little things, you can quite easily take your knee off with it. The longer the handle, the safer the axe is. So obviously you're further away from the pointy bit. So yeah, it's a good little axe. It's doing its job nicely. I have only processed white spruce or Norway spruce today. It's very soft wood. Yeah. Oh, looks like the kangaroo's on fire. Move that log. Oops. That one's very wet. So yeah, splitting wood, that was fun. Yeah, you do need to be kneeling down. You kind of feel like you don't have enough power when you're doing it, but as I say, I'm still getting used to it. It's only the second time I've used it, and yeah, I like it. For the money, yeah, I don't really see the point in spending hundreds and hundreds or thousands and thousands of kroners on an axe, only because you can. I suppose you want to bragging rights. See what happens with this one. New pillow to try. Oh, finally. I also had the old Mora bushcraft knife out again, the Beta. It's a great little knife too. Very easy to use. It does lose its edge quite quickly though, I have noticed. And it was a bit rusty because it's a carbon steel. It's not been used for a long time, so I gave it a little sharpen before I started using it today. But it's a great little knife. The fire steel is very soft on there. You probably noticed when I was starting the fire, there were some ridges on there. Just from the force of pushing down, I've created some little waves on there. But again, still works. What else was there? While starting the fire, I had tried to make an alternative to a fatwood stick. I had bought a tinder stick. It's just a piece of dried pine, a little bit resinous maybe, but probably not. And I had put it in a pan of melted wax and just let it absorb as much wax as it could, just to see if it'd be a nice alternative to fatwood. More of an experiment than anything else. It didn't go very well. I need to spend a bit more time making more shavings, I think. Always the case. But not as good as fatwood though. Fatwood is fantastic. Just the oil obviously is very flammable, so the wax is a different type of flammable. So I started the fire with my little wax pads, but at least this time I used the fire steel just to show you it can be done. So it's a good little survival kit thing to have. You can make them at home. Circular cotton pad, what women use to, or men use to remove makeup with. And again, just dropped into melted wax and pulled out before it's too saturated. Then you just let it dry on some paper. Sorry about that, was a tick crawling over me. So the kangaroo steaks I've sliced up into little jerky style strips. So that's sitting at the back of the fire at the moment, just getting heated. It's a very tough meat, very tough meat. It's 20% more protein than beef. It's very tasty. It's got a unique flavour. You can't compare it to anything else. You can say, it's got like a wild meat flavour. It only begins to start explaining it. It's not a gamey flavour either. So I'm looking forward to those. The little fire is very little, but it's smoking, which is why it's so small. Because it's so small. So yeah, so I'm going to enjoy those. Stoke the fire. Finish my drinks. And just enjoy the evening. Me, la 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 la, me, la 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 la. Oh, hot. Good morning. Coffee. Oh, I need to warm up. It's about 5 or 6 degrees at the moment. It's around 8:30 in the morning. Had a good night's sleep. Dropped to 5 degrees, I think was the coldest in the night. So it's warming up now. We've got sunrise, it's blue skies. Better than the grey stuff we had all last night, all day yesterday. So yeah, the fire worked well. The shelter was holding its own. There was some dripping water the whole time. I think I need to work out where the waterproofing problem is. There's a second layer of moss on the top, and I think that was holding in a lot of the moisture. Everything around it was dry, except the wood underneath, so I have to try and work that one out, because that won't be good if you're sleeping in there in the rain, because it's still going to drip through. So try and work that one out. So yeah, good night's sleep. That pillow is fantastic. Interesting feature on it though. You take it out the bag, and the bag is sewn on to the cover. It's got a nice little quilted top. It's an inflatable pillow. It's got a little quilted top and then a cotton cover around it, so that makes it extra comfortable. But yeah, the bag was sewn onto the bottom of the cover, so you don't lose it. Nice feature. A bit weird though, it's in the middle, so folding it up to put it away will be interesting. Yeah, I didn't get cold, didn't wake up in the night cold, didn't wake up in the night needing to go for a pee, so I guess I was nice and cosy warm. I was surprised at the amount of firewood I needed though to keep myself warm. So yeah, I'm having my coffee, watching the sunrise, and then I shall pack up and head home. I'm not really hungry. Those kangaroo steaks last night and my little Carl Johan's mushrooms did a good job filling me up. Yeah, kind of the side wall's still holding up, so I'm proud of it. I'm not quite sure if there's any tweaking needed. Made a few squeaking noises in the night as it was settling in, as it cooled down. But yeah, the wind, the wind in the... It's supposed to be blowing this way from the northeast, but no, blowing from the northwest. So I had a breeze in the shelter all night. So my nose got cold in the sleeping bag. You know what I mean. But yeah, I was fine. It was kind of a nice, it was cool, not freezing. So yeah, I was warm and comfortable. So yes, thanks again. Look forward to reading your comments. And see you on the next one. No, it's too hot. Ooh.